Welcome to Indira's World, this final few days before Christmas. Very exciting. So another Christmas recipe, so gammon in sugar. I'm going straight into this. It's going to be gammon with sugar coating and of course a cut of mustard. Well, come on now, let's get that table looking pretty. We're going to start with the ingredients, which I'm going to be boiling the gammon in, which is brown sugar, bay leaves, cloves, mustard, beer, and orange juice. You can use pineapple juice instead as well. And I've got some mango, which I'm going to use at the end. Here is the gammon, which I've boiled for about 45 minutes. It's just under 2.5 kilos in water. I'm going to take it out of the bag and then boil it with all these lovely ingredients in the water that it's already been boiling in. So let's do this. Now that I've boiled the gammon for about 45 minutes in the bag, that kind of keeps some of the juices in. I'm going to relieve it out of that bag and it's going to go into the same stock, but adding in all my goodies. This isn't as tricky as I'm making it look. It's a lot easier. Here I have my huge pan. Now this is going in to my huge pan, where it was boiling earlier anyway in just hot water, and still has the flavors of the gammon. Let's get that going again, and then I can add in the ingredients. So that gammon is boiling away in the water, and you can get the smell of the gammon quite intense now. I'm going to be adding in 3 to 4 spoons of whole grain mustard. I'm also going to add about 10 to 15 cloves. I'm quite generous with my cloves, so I put in a few more. Here I have 4 bay leaves and half a tablespoon of brown sugar. That's gone in. Now I've decided to use orange juice, but I have in the past used pineapple juice, but I did try this recently and it's very nice. Now I'm going to be using half a liter of orange juice in this, which is about that much, and a can of beer. Now I left this open for a bit so that the fizz goes out of it. And that is going to boil for another hour. But while I'm boiling that, I am going to be steaming some of my veg on top. Now here I'm cheating a bit because these will be done. I'll put them in, take them out bit by bit depending on what's done first. Put them aside, but you do get the lovely smell of the gammon in the vegetables. So that's going on there to boil away. Well, now that smells amazing, and that's been boiling for about 45 minutes. I'm going to move that to the side now so it can cool down a bit till I get to stage 3. Sip of my nice apple toddy. Apple, cinnamon and cloves, just love it. Little orange is nice as well, zest of orange. I had a lovely week as well. Christmas shopping, went into town to Selfridges. So pretty, all the lights. Got myself Indiraa, Queen of the Kitchen, a little thing like that, and loads of other stuff for everybody else. The tree looks amazing. So does the house. I hope all of you have a lovely Christmas, because I know I'm going to have an amazing Christmas. I'm going to make the best of the current situation. There's 2 ways of looking at it, I guess. And the nice thing is I'm with the people I love, and the people who aren't around that I love all know I love them, and there is such a thing as Zoom. So, and don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, it's Indira's World, and give me a like if you do like this video, because I'm hoping you're going to enjoy all the Christmas recipes. There's one more to go, so tune in next week while you're at it. Let's get this going. Now these have been steam cooking while that's going on. I just have to test that all the vegetables are cooked through, but I'm going to leave that aside for the moment. Now here comes the gammon. Whoops, there you go. You can see some of all those bits have been caught on there. Now it's going in for the final stage, so I'm just going to prep it. So first I've just cut those rubber bands off because I don't really need them now. There you go. Now I'm first going to be waiting for that to dry a bit, and when it slightly dries a bit, I'm going to start putting in some of the mustard, and then we're going to pat on the brown sugar, and this will start getting a bit drippy, so we go straight into the pan and put that into the grill where the top gets grilled. Now you can oven bake this whole thing, it's up to you. I personally don't like baking gammon, it gets a bit dry, so I'm just going to crust this over. That's my mustard. To all my buddies who love this gammon, my Farm Philly group, I'm thinking of all of you today, and I will be on Christmas Day too. But unfortunately, I'll be eating this on my own with all my family. But I'll be thinking of you, that's good enough, isn't it? I think. Now, I've put the gammon in there. Now I'm going to be plonking in, first I'm going to just cut a few lines through that. So when it cooks, we get this split in the fat, which also, now if you like it crisp, you have to slow bake this for a bit on the top. Now there you go. Now here is the fun bit. Pop brown sugar in. Now if you remember, I used some of it in the cooking of that saucy thing going on there, and now I'm going to be using the rest of it here. With a little luck, the oven's warm enough because I did put it on a lot earlier. Now the mustard's all on there, and so is the brown sugar. I'm patting as much as I can get on there because it will crisp up, it caramelizes, and it's really nice. Now the remaining stuff I'm going to put on the mango, and I'm going to caramelize that. Now that can actually, here's your bonus, that works as a dessert with ice cream or just whipped cream, brandy cream, whatever you want, but I am going to be using it on my gammon. Well, decoratively, I actually like it with ice cream. I like any fruit caramelized. So that's your little bonus, you can use it for either. And while we were doing all this, you even got to steam your vegetables. Ooh, that does look nice. I'm going to have to put this in a baking dish and pop that in the oven. Now the remaining stuff here, which is all the goo, I'm going to take some of that and put at the bottom of the pan, and the rest I'm going to reduce into a nice little gravy stroke, jus stroke, blah blah. But basically I'm just going to reduce it so that you can pour a little bit on and enjoy the flavors in there. So I'm first going to wash my hands. Don't forget to wash your hands. So that's been popped in. I'm going to add a little bit of this boiling stock of orange juice and beer and the spices, which is cloves and bay leaves. And of course the mustard. Now that's going into my preheated oven. Don't forget to preheat your oven. I'm also going to be topping my mango with a little brown sugar, and that'll be going in as well. That's just decorative, but as I said before, you can always use it as a dessert. And of course you can add a little brandy to it. Now that out of the oven is nice and brown, and also it's very firm and crisp. The caramelized sugar has all gone very nice and crisp. All the juices have cooked through because I'd boiled it forever, and also I have caramelized some mango, but as I said, you can use pineapple. I'm going to be plating all this up along with the vegetables that I steamed earlier in the stock that came out of this. So let's see how that turned out. So there you have it. If you enjoyed that, another Christmas recipe, then gammon and sugar. I'm going to wish you all a Merry Christmas, and I hope you remember to subscribe. And I'm going to be wrapping and cooking for the rest of the week. So till next week. Bye bye from Indiraa.